this industry is fueled 100% by passion. Honestly, right, if you want to earn money from it, right, I think you don't stay in Singapore. Hi everyone, I'm Jun Chong. I'm 28 years old and I'm a filmmaker. I made New Resident, right? From the very start, I know that I want to screen in Sin Ming, and I had this image of all the Sin Ming residents coming down to watch in an amphitheatre. So when I asked the RC, right, and I asked the CC and they rejected my short film, right, I think that was really the first like, oh my god, something is wrong. Like why I cannot do this? Even though I give postcards to every household in Sin Ming, right, but everybody is still watching on either their laptop or their phone. It's not something that is very ideal. So I just, the whole idea for me making this film is to set up a discussion to talk about this thing. And even when I'm making the short films here, when I'm directing, a lot of residents come up to me also and like say, "What are you doing? Are you catching the chickens? Don't catch them! I tell you, wow, you know, I spend more time trying to coax them than trying to direct the film." When I had to prepare myself for the A-levels for acting, right, my teacher came up to me and he started to direct me. And when I observed him, right, I realized that as an actor, you can only express yourself within that script and then also with the environment around you. But as a director, right, you can express yourself, your thoughts, your opinions in the film, and you can decide many elements, what you want to say in that film. There are different challenges for you lah. Being a good storyteller, it's such a saturated market now, everybody wants to make film. I think a lot of people in industry, right, can relate to me when I say that this industry is fueled 100% by passion. Honestly, right, if you want to earn money from it, right, I think you don't stay in Singapore. But they don't understand behind, right, it takes 3 years, right, just to save up the money, write it, find people to support it. I'm always telling people also, and then they say, "Oh, nice story, but I cannot get it out, you know, unless I'm ready with the financial resources to do." So if any aspiring filmmakers, right, if they want to, you know, come into this industry, right, I will tell them, you must get ready lah. Are you willing to sacrifice, whether it's money or time with your loved ones, and be crazy enough to do this just purely by passion alone? Yeah, if you don't have the passion, you cannot last long. And so there are a few names that came to mind, and one of it is Royston Tan. So I don't have any contact of Royston, I didn't have contact of his producers. So what I did was, I went to Instagram, I go to his page and then I comment on one of his posts. I said that I want to intern for you. Can you give me an email? So very kindly he replied me with an email to my comment, and then I sent my resume across. I would say that Royston has been a very great inspiration in the way I tell stories, behave, the way I talk to people. His tag for cinematic narrative, right, has always been my inspiration. I really have to thank my company Chuan Pictures and my boss Royston Tan and Karen. They have been very accommodating to me because this short film was made outside of my full-time job. It's not a commission job. It's not something that I made during full-time. I had to do my full-time work first, and then after work I start to do my New Resident short film. I believe that the film will find its own audience, whether is it little or a lot. So there are films that are meant for, you know, the masses, like this New Resident short film where I really wanted all Sin Ming residents to watch. But there are also films that are really for myself. There's this one moment where I remember very clearly during the premiere date, right, was that after everything over, right, I exited the front of house, and then there was this uncle who cried and cried so much, right, and then he came up to me, and then he was very thankful that he made the film, because whatever that he went through, right, was whatever that happened in the film. It was at that point in time, right, where I realized that the stories that you tell, the films that you make, right, can hit people in a much deeper way. What exactly makes us Singaporean? What is deep down inside that makes us Singaporean? I think that is something that that I've been trying to explore as well. Yeah. For me, my current dream now is to make films, like to make more and more films, so that the audience can watch, whether it's a Singaporeans or international audience. Because it is through films, right, that we have a release valve. We have a way to express ourselves. And so a lot of times with my brain in the past, I always think that whether audience will like this and audience will like that. But I think over time, right, and this is always something that when I go for school talks and when people ask me, for advice for filmmakers, right, I always say that to make films with your heart. Yeah, because when people go to a cinema to watch a film, right, they don't watch it to understand it. They watch it to feel it. So if they want to understand, they can just read the script and a synopsis.